theater review. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to A Man About Town, you pilgrims, and happy Thanksgiving. We are a production of 321 Media, broadcasting live, streaming live all over the world, broadcasting right here from downtown Westerly. And today I am with an old friend.
Are we on the radio yet?
You can tell he's a radio guy.
Hello, Mary. Hello, Lou. Yeah.
His name is Dave Kane. You might know him under a bunch of different names. He is a broadcaster. He's a performer. He's an author. He's an advocate. And on the sad part of life, his son, Nicky O'Neill, was the youngest victim of the station fire 22 years ago.
Yeah.
February 20th?
February 20th, 2003.
2003. Yeah. And I know there are plenty of people here that remember that horrible, horrible event. When we get together, we talk about everything.
All kinds of stuff.
We wind up talking about Nicky. We wind up talking about coincidences. We wind up talking about messages from Nicky. Tomorrow, Thanksgiving, is Joanne making the meal?
Oh, we've got 16 people coming? Oh, yeah.
And 17 seats,
yeah.
Right?
That's exactly right.
You always have...
We always have a space for Nicky. We call out to dinner or make a reservation. It's always one there for Nick, too. Yeah.
So if you make a reservation, you get to the restaurant, you've made it for 5 people.
Well, I'll tell you a story. All
right, tell us a story.
People go to Chili's around here, I know.
Yeah.
And Chili's does not take reservations, but you can call ahead. I never know.
I have never understood that.
Me either, yeah.
I know a lot of restaurants do that, but I've never understood it.
Our friend John Land is an author from Rhode Island. He's an internationally known mystery writer and thriller writer. And he took Nicky's play that Nicky wrote, we'll talk about in a minute, and he made it into a feature-length motion picture. So he's a friend of ours, but he's very OCD. He's very, very... So we're going to go to Chili's.
He couldn't work here.
No, I know. So he'll call me and say, did you make a reservation? I said, well, I'll call ahead. Well, ever since Nicky passed, we always put Nicky's name on the reservation. If we order something at Panera, we put Nicky. Order a pizza, but Nicky. So I called Chili's to make this reservation that doesn't exist. And they said, what's the name? And without thinking, I said Kane. So we hung up and I went, if my wife hears that I didn't use Nicky's name, I'm going to be sleeping on his couch, So I said, well, when we get there, I'll just go ahead and I'll ask, and I'll do it quietly. So we got to Chili's, people coming out, people going in. My wife got ahead of me. And my wife walked up to the woman and said, excuse me, we made a reservation for 3 people. She said, oh, Nicky, right?
Wow.
Right, exactly. And so now I was...
You always give me chills when you're with me.
Now I was screwed because now we went into the booth and I had to tell her what just happened because she was expecting to hear Nicky. So I don't know how they do this.
How change that reservation?
Well, that's the thing. Now there's a lot of possible explanations. People who are not into this, who believe in coincidence or don't believe in this stuff. Well, somebody may have called and said Mickey. It might have been 3 other people. Who knows? And any number of ways. But my point is that Spirit uses these opportunities to go, peekaboo, here I am. And that's just, you happen to mention that, and that's one. I have thousands of them, as you know.
Oh, I know you do.
Yeah.
I know the one, and I have no agenda other than I just like to talk with you.
Yeah.
But the one that always gets me...
Don't give away the punchline, though.
Huh?
About what?
No, I'm not going to give away
Uh,
the punchline.
yeah.
Is shortly after Nikki passed, and Joanne was having, obviously, predictably, a very tough time.
Yeah, Joanne is
And
my wife, and however hard it was for me, it was nothing compared to what it was for her. I mean, she was in a horrible state, and
and
she,
are we
she
talking about the same thing,
yes,
the car?
yeah, she worried that Nikki suffered in the blaze. She worried
That's
that
the
he
one.
felt the flames, and it drove her crazy. And every medium we went to, most every medium would say to us, no pain. When we asked, they'd say no pain. When we didn't even ask, they'd say, by the way, no pain, no pain. So this went on for 3 or 4 years, and still every now and then she'd get into that worry that he was hurt. So we're tagging a Christmas tree one day in Lincoln, Rhode Island. Nikki liked doing that, so we're tagging a tree, and she was in that mode. And being the kind, gentle, loving husband that I am, I was screaming at her, for God's sakes, Joanne, how many times are you going to hear it? Every meeting with Robert Brown, Cindy Gilman, Roland Comtois, they've all told us no pain, no pain. When are you going to get it? And we get in the car and we're driving up Breakneck Hill Road. And I say to her, I don't know why, I said to her, honey, what do you want the kid to do? Put it in writing. And as soon as I said that, a car coming from the other direction had the vanity plate, no pain.
Just that again gives me this chill. And you
Yeah.
found out later who that was. I mean, what
Yeah,
he did
it
for.
was owned. I had it chased down, and it was owned by an anesthesiologist who lived about a quarter of a mile beyond the Christmas tree farm.
Did
And
you
I,
ever
oh yeah,
find
oh
him and
yeah, I
tell
got a hold of.
him?
Yeah, it's in my book. The picture of the plate is in my book that I wrote. The book is called 41 Signs of Hope, and the picture of the plate is in the book.
You know
Um,
what? If you hand me the book,
yeah, okay.
we will.
Yeah,
We got that,
yeah,
or do you
yeah,
need it,
yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, it's
Caleb?
Yeah, all right, good.
got this out of it.
And the book is available
And
online,
Amazon,
Amazon.
Amazon, yep. 41 Signs of Hope. And it's not a big book. It's a book because when you start telling these stories, there's a pattern to them, and you realize, you I made the point. This book, as you know from talking to me, Rona, this book could have been this thick. I mean, there are tons and tons and tons and tons.
I am going
What
to
is
ask you, though, to tell the people who are watching and listening about the 41 part.
Yeah, it's important. Yeah, this is
It's
really
very
important.
important.
First of all, Nicky was the youngest victim of the fire. He was 18, and
He
he
would
had
be
a
40 years old now.
peekaboo. I'm old.
Well, we knew
Yeah,
that. You were old when he was 18.
yeah.
He would be 40. It just
It's
hit
hard
me.
to figure. Yeah,
That's
he
scary.
so he had a thing for the number 41. He didn't know why. He'd say, you get in the car and he'd say, Dad, look, it's 241. Or I'd say a license plate, Dad, 4141. And we never knew what it was. He couldn't figure it out. We went into numerology and 41 comes to 5 in numerology. And
Right.
that's a really cool number. It's a good number, according to that. So he didn't know. When Nicky passed on the nightclub fire, he was 18 and 23 days, 41. The station nightclub was at latitude 41.41. The fire call box at the station is 4414. And on the cover of my book is a sketch of Nicky.
That's a baseball shirt.
He was about 4 months old. His mom's holding him. He has a little baseball uniform on, and the number on the cap is 41. And beginning the day after the fire, we started to get signs from Nicky that he was well, alive, in spirit, and well. And he wants us to know that not only are our loved ones well and safe, but when it's our turn, we will be well and safe. And that's what he wants to tell.
Before, I don't think I ever asked you this. Before Nicky passed, were you and or Joanne religious people?
Well, I wouldn't say religious. I'd say it was
Spiritual.
spiritual. Yeah. I believed in life after. I believed in a goodness of the universe, as opposed to a negative universe. I believe that if the universes were not primarily good, they would be, we'd already be done in by now. So I believe that good wins out, that positive wins out.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Because obviously, has Nikki made you more spiritual because
Well,
of,
what Nikki has done is, given us proof, given us more evidence, given them. I had an incident with my own mother. Um, I found my mother dead in her kitchen about 3 days after she passed. And when I went in and her body was on the kitchen floor, and I stood over her and I said out loud, "Okay, Mom, I'll take care of everything." Now, just before I said that, I could feel a presence.
and you must have been so shocked, of course.
I was,
and
but
yet to say
I-
that.
Well, because I could feel this presence over my shoulder. Now, I didn't know what it was. I could just feel it. And when I said, "Okay, Mom, I'll take care of it," I felt this presence leave. And a couple of years later, I read the book Life After Life. And in that book, it tells you that spirit stays with the body, watches over the body until somebody finds it.
Wow.
So I didn't know that. But then I realized what it was that I felt over my shoulder when I found my mom. And so
You've had
always had
many,
things.
many signs in your lifetime.
They're unbelievable signs. They are unbelievable signs and things that you would never even expect to happen.
And when you have that many, I guess there are no coincidences.
No, there really aren't. People say, "Oh, what a coincidence! I bumped in my cousin Thursday, and he had a good friend, and the good friend has a company, and I'm out of work, and the guy's going to call me, and maybe I'll get a job." This is not coincidence. This is
I know a
spirit.
guy in Rhode
I know
Island.
exactly. These are spirits,
Yeah.
and they are watching over us. They are protecting us.
Hmm.
And it's not, Nikki wrote a play a year before he died. The play is called "They Walk Among Us."
Yep. You can find this information, by the way, on Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's great because it gives a synopsis of the play and it tells you a little bit about Nikki as well.
Yeah,
And
Nikki,
this wasn't just something that some kid wrote once. This won some major awards.
It's
at
won
festivals.
awards, and we shot it for PBS, and it.
But the explanation that is so amazing is, obviously he wrote it before he passed.
Yes.
But it's prophetic in many ways.
It is very prophetic. In one way, first of all, the play is called "They Walk Among Us." It's about teenagers who die and come back as angels.
Yeah.
And the three angels end up trying to help a young man who's realizing he's gay and is struggling with it. And these angels are trying to help him. And the message
And Nikki is one of those angels.
Well, yes, he is.
Cyrus.
Cyrus. He wrote for himself. Cyrus, the part. His brother David played the part. David's an actor and a producer and a director. And David played the part Nikki wrote for himself. Because like the kid from Rent, Nikki never saw the play performed. He wrote it. He gave it to a friend of his to look at. Then the fire happened.
Well, that's
And
the
then
gal
she-
that came up with the copy for
Kunkel,
you.
and then she gave it to us. And that's when we saw the correlation between our family and our friends and people in there. And so what he's done is it drove him crazy that gay people were treated the way they were in our country. And this is going back 20 years.
I was going to say that.
And it
that
drove
was
him
way
nuts. Now,
back.
Nikki happened to be straight. He had a girlfriend, Grace the Angel, is played by his girlfriend, Gabby. The other angel is her brother. And he wrote this play because of the stress that he felt over this stuff going on. And
That
then he
should
put
be
it
brought
together.
back.
Oh,
and
we're
played
doing
again.
we PBS has been Rhode Island PBS has run it a couple of times, and we have a documentary about Nick called 41, and that's almost a 2-hour documentary where you see Nicky from the time he's wearing the 41 on his cap to literally moments before he passes in the fire. We have the fire video, and we see right where Nicky is standing.
That had to be pretty scary for you and your wife to have to see that.
I think that none of it would be as we wouldn't be able to do it the way we are were it not for what Nikki's doing to make us realize there's nothing to fear and that he's fine.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, you give me goosebumps all the time. You really do.
Yeah.
Because for those people out there that are watching and saying, yeah, it's a good story, but
Oh, sure. Yeah.
how do you convince people like that, or do you?
I don't. I have changed a lot of the documentary 41 has been edited about 9 times before we put it out
Mm.
because we didn't want to have things in there that sounded like I was saying, come on, believe it, believe it, believe it. Come on. We didn't want to try to convince anybody of anything. We just tell them what happened.
And
We
let
tell
them
what-
make up their
and
minds.
then they can decide for themselves. But here's the thing. And I do a talk, as you know, based on the book.
Yes.
I do a PowerPoint demonstration to show things.
That
but
I have
here's-
never seen the
Oh no,
PowerPoint.
yeah, it's cool. And the thing is about it that if you hear me and you don't believe me and you're still afraid and you're still afraid to die, you're afraid to live, you're afraid of what might happen, and then you pass over and you turn around and you go, I'll be a son of a
I
gun.
could have had
That
a
game
V8.
was right.
Right.
That game was right. I spent the last 15 years of my life being afraid for no reason.
Yeah.
Whereas if they pass and if I'm wrong, I'm not going to know if I'm wrong. They're not going to know because we're all going to be worm food, and it's not true. It has to be true. Not one person I know who has had a near-death experience saw hell. They all saw the light. They all felt the warmth. They all knew their relatives were around them. You have people. I used to do this talk for nurse death and dying classes.
Yeah.
And I used to tell them, look, if you got a patient that's passing and you know they're passing, and suddenly they see they're dead on Tilly, it's not the medication. It's really on Tilly. And she's come to help them over.
Yeah. And
All of this is-
many people in a hospital will tell you that.
Yeah.
Either when they're going under an
Mhm.
anesthetic, coming out while they were dreaming, or when they're dying, or if they were dying and then were brought back.
Well, that's the thing. Joanne had a horrible car accident, and she was hovering over her own body in the emergency room, watching them work on her.
I have heard that from
And
people.
then she went back into her body. That was a long time ago. But the key to this is that I'm just telling people what Nick wants me to tell them. I'm telling them what Nick believes and what Nick has wanted me to get on the road and do this. And you will find that there are so many coincidences that people call coincidences that can't possibly be coincidences. I mean, you would never believe that could happen.
Yeah.
The no pain plate, for instance.
Oh,
How can that be?
that one just completely gets
Even if
me.
it's okay, the guy's got a no pain plate and he's an anesthesiologist. That's funny. But we leave at a certain time. He went to the Kentucky Fried Chicken or wherever he went, and he's coming back at a certain time. And I say, what do you want him to do? Put it in writing at a
And-
certain moment.
And there
all
it
of that
is.
comes together and we see the plate. It can't possibly be.
You know, I've heard you tell that story, I don't know how many
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
but I don't think you ever mentioned, or I never asked, what was Joanne's reaction? Or what was yours? I mean, did
Yeah,
you
the
almost
two
go
of
through the
us-
windshield?
well, no, almost. The two of us looked at it and looked at each other, of course. And I don't think I've ever cried and laughed at the same time. We had to pull the car over.
Oh, I'm sure.
She was driving, actually. And we had to pull the car over. And the two of us just sat there laughing and crying at the same time. And we couldn't believe it ourselves. I mean,
And there must have been such a sense of calm and peace when
well,
that
it
ended.
was even that. It was elation. It was elation. It was, that's got to be real. It was, see. We're saying to each other, see. It's been unbelievable the number of things that have happened.
Had Joanne ever again brought up her fear that he died with pain, or did that do it?
No. She always thought about it, but the thing is, initially, the other thing was she was afraid that these signs that we're getting, that they would stop. she was afraid that, people talk about moving on or whatever foolishness, and, that he would stop. But he wasn't going anywhere. In my opinion, it's because he wasn't letting her go anywhere. He was around
So he was
to watch
watching
out
out
for
for
her.
her,
Absolutely.
his mom.
Yeah, because he knew she was. I mean, I had to. This is personal stuff, but I
Well,
I
you
used
don't
to have to hold her by the shoulders and walk her around. No, honey, we're going this way. She was so devastated for weeks,
Who wouldn't be?
and I mean, it was.
And that's
so,
times 100. 100
Yeah,
people died in that
exactly.
fire.
And the
So there were
200 people
100
that were,
families like
yes,
that.
and the 200 people who were desperately injured too. I don't want to ever forget them because they're living a life of pain and sorrow now.
Why did it take so long for the memorial to be built? And if you haven't driven by that in it's West Warwick.
Yes.
It is, you got to stop. I mean, you
Well,
can't.
it's on the site of the.
Oh, I
nightclub.
know
Yeah.
that. I mean, I've been there.
Well, you do have to stop, and it really is something. You can see it online. It's
But for a while, it was just a dumpy yard waiting.
Well, it was, yeah, but
it
there was a
was-
lot of legal stuff that happened.
It was
and we
legal, but it
couldn't
was
get-
also political, wasn't
Well,
it?
it's
Statewide?
funny what happened because I had been fighting, as you know, I've been fighting about getting that stuff because we couldn't get the land. We couldn't get because the land was tied up in the escrow for the lawsuits over the.
They
So the
weren't
owner-
planning on rebuilding, were they?
No, but
Good.
the owners couldn't. They told us they would give it to us when the escrow finished, when the settlements came, that they would hand it over. As soon as the settlements came, I contacted the owners, and then after that, they didn't answer any questions, so they weren't answering my calls.
Ugh.
So, and here, I'm going to tell you a coincidence. Are you ready?
A real coincidence?
Will you tell me?
All right.
So I've been doing that, and the media had covered me all the time, talking to everybody. And I got a call from America, AP, right? AP News.
Yeah.
And she said to me, the governor of Rhode Island, it was Chafee at the time, is going to do a ribbon cutting at Rocky Point. Remember that they had the Rocky Point? She said, would you mind if I asked him about the station site, about when are they going to take it by eminent domain? And I said, would I mind? I'll drive you there. So she went and she asked him, and he said, yes, they would consider taking it by eminent domain. Made big splash. Then I got a call from the Speaker of the House, and he said to me, we're going to get this land. Next thing I know, they handed the land over to us.
Right.
And so it was people within the media who were very supportive of us through all of this. And then she called me, and then it happened.
All those other families had to be all that time. I mean, that's pain on top of pain, truly.
Yeah, it is. It is. But we all had our individual, they all made individual grave sites there and memorial sites, rather,
They did a beautiful job.
It's really beautiful.
They really did.
Tell you a story.
Do you find yourself going there?
Oh, we go there once in a while. Yeah, I go periodically. Every once in a while, I get a call from media once to interview me, and I'll go down there. But here's the thing: the president of the Station Memorial Foundation, Gina Russo.
Yeah.
She was seriously injured in that fire. She was in a coma for months. She was a mess. And she came back, and she's back, and she's the president now and doing great things. She took her grandson, who was about 2, maybe 3, to the site one day, and she put him down. And they have these little monitors. They look like monitors. They're little headstones.
Yeah.
Right, with everybody's picture on them.
Right, I've seen them.
Her grandson went running right to Nikki's and stood there and was talking to Nikki.
Wow.
How old? She was way 3.
He was 3.
And she was way over at the entrance. He just ran from her. As soon as he put it down, he ran right to Nikki's headstone, and he was talking.
Out of 100.
Yeah, out of anything. I mean,
Wow.
And so she called me to tell me. And it's funny, people call me to tell me stuff like that. I loved it, but she'll call me. They always start, "You're not going to believe this." You know who you're talking to? What do you mean I'm not going to believe it?
You do believe.
Oh, so many different ways.
Before this horrible catastrophe, were you a guy of belief, or did you have an edge to you about things? Yeah, maybe this is, maybe
No,
this
no, I've
isn't.
always been, I guess, a spiritual guy. You know, I was brought up Catholic. I was an altar boy and all of that jazz, you know, and I bought into all of that stuff.
So you were
And
beaten by the nuns?
no. The brothers, no, I wasn't. Someday I'll tell you the story. It's true, but not now. And I always believed that there was something more to this. Has to be, because this is God. Look at me. You think this is the best He can do? I mean,
I'm
look
not
at me.
saying it's him or nothing,
Yeah.
but you know what? That's a perfect place for
Okay.
us to stop. We will come back with Dave Kane. This is fascinating. If anybody has a question, Caleb, what do? They go on
Leave a
Facebook
comment.
Live or?
Yeah, either the YouTube channel or the Facebook Live where we are streaming it. I'll be able to see the comments. So.
Okay, great.
All right. You are listening to Man About Town. We are a production of 321 Media, and we will be back right after this.
Share the love of Valenti Subaru. Now until year's end, Valenti Subaru and Subaru America will donate $300 for every new Subaru sold to local and national charities. So far, we have raised over $362,000. Get 0% financing on new 25 Subaru Outbacks now until year's end.
2 days before.
Oh,
Terrible.
it was. God.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners. And this weekend, the new iPhone is here, and we have them all in stock. Come get the brand new orange iPhone 17 Pro or the brand new razor-thin iPhone Air. The best part is trading your old iPhone and get up to $1,100 off. I mean, you get the brand new iPhone for free. But this weekend, you can get the brand new iPad and Series 11 Apple Watch for free. It's all happening down here at the Wireless Zone at 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners. Don't delay. Stop in today.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
That's all right.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop in to Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
And he's
G&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.
And Caleb has counted us down.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, I asked him, could he count back from 10? He said, yeah. So he did good. He did good.
Or you count back from 41.
There you go. Take you an hour and a
I
half.
was thinking of a question during the break.
Yeah.
And the question was, all right, tomorrow is Thanksgiving.
I noticed you have a turkey the day before me.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
And I have a turkey on my head that's
Yeah,
making
yeah,
me itchy.
yeah.
And you're gonna have a Thanksgiving table somewhere,
yeah.
relative, your
Yeah,
house,
yeah,
wherever.
our house. Yep.
And you'll have a place for Nikki.
Oh, sure. Yep.
Nikki's 40 now.
Yeah.
Does he in any way speak to you in a more mature way now
Oh,
than
yes,
he did
yes,
when he first
yes.
passed?
Yes, he does things that are unbelievable. Every year on his birthday or around his
Which is
birthday.
January something.
January 28th. Yeah. Mine's 26. He was supposed to be born on my birthday, but he held off for 2 days because he
didn't
wanted
want
his
to
own,
share
wanted
with
his own
you.
day. Right. Didn't want to share the cake. So we bring in the medium, our friend Lisa Powers, and she comes in and she reads the family. And we celebrate his birthday.
And you've done that every year with
yes,
her?
and we don't talk about Nikki in past tense. Like when we first happened, of course, we'd say, "Oh, Nikki used to love this pizza." Now we say Nikki loves this pizza. He's here. We know he's here. We let him know we know he's here, and he lets us know that he is here.
Does he have regrets? I mean, does he say, I'm watching over all of you. I love all of you. I'm with you,
Yeah.
but I didn't get to eat that pizza. I can't
No,
taste
because I
it.
think he does. I think he does. I think he can.
He-
In not physically, the way we
Right.
would. Oh, there are so many things that we have learned that we know he knows, and he has let us know about it. The day before the fire, I was taking Nicky to his girlfriend's house. He was going to open. His band was supposed to open for Great White on Friday night. And he
Great
was-
White, by the way, for
was the
those
lead
who
band.
don't know, they were the band with the pyrotechnics
Yes,
that
right.
caused the fire.
And they were a well-known band in the 60s and 70s and some of the 80s, and Nicky liked them. And so he got a chance. He was going to open for them. He was all excited. So on Wednesday, I was taking him to his girlfriend's house, giving him a ride, and I found out he wasn't getting much money for the gig. And he was going to go on Thursday to check out the room. That's when the fire was. And I was giving him the lecture, Nick, it's show business, got to get your bucks. You do it for free, they'll let you,
Boy,
yeah,
that's true.
Dad, I know. And he's rolling in his eyes. And I said, look, and we got to his girlfriend's house. I said, honey, I didn't mean to pick on you, but I don't know why you'd sell God's talent so short. And he gave me a hug and a kiss. He said, Dad, because the show must go on. And he got out of the car.
Oh, you're doing it again to me. Wow.
Then there was the fire. And 2 days after the fire, I had a Misgivings to do, the show you were talking about earlier, the comedy show that features a Catholic priest. And there were 250 people coming for an organization. And all I could remember was Nikki saying, the show must go on.
And
So
you
I went
did-
and did the show.
Did you let the people know afterwards?
After I did. And it was
They must
fresh.
have been absolutely shocked.
Well, here's the thing about it. That afternoon, I went early and I set up the show. And as you've seen it, so you know that in the show I
4 times I've seen it.
She can lip sync it.
Yeah, I like it. Veronica, there's
but
the answer.
When I sing he can turn the tide, right?
Yeah.
So that afternoon, 2 days after the fire, my wife is in La La Land somewhere with his relatives helping her. And I had to set up the show. And I started to test sing, and I was going to sing and I lost it. I couldn't sing, couldn't talk. And I said out loud, Nick, you got to help me. Now, this was at an Elks Club.
Oh.
I said, Nick, you got to help me. I'm get through this. I don't know if I can get through this. And right then, there's a clock behind me, and the bell rang. And I said, great, what are we going to have? We're going to have a clock going off during the show, like on a punchline. I'm going to have, and I was not in a good mood that morning, as you can imagine. And I said to one woman setting up, I said, hey, is this clock going to go off all the time? He said, what? I said, this thing over here. And she said, Bob, did you hit this? No. The Elks have a clock, or looks like a clock, that they ring every night at 11 o'clock.
At 11, yeah.
For the Elks who have passed.
Yes.
When I asked for Nikki's help, that ring went off, and you have to press a button behind the bar to make it ring. And he was nowhere near it. And this was Nikki letting me know he was going to help me through.
That's a story I never knew. For all the times that
There
you
are
have
tons of them. There are tons of them. Lovely tons.
Wow.
We had a video of Nicky. He appeared on cable in Pawtucket, and with his band. And he started to talk. A year before Nicky passed, his friend Eric was killed in a car accident. And he was a musician. And so Nicky was talking about Eric. And he said, I just know one day, he said, we're going to get together when I pass. We're all going to get together. We're all going to play together. Now, we're watching the videotape of it. It's a dub of the original. We're watching. And at that moment on the tape, the time comes up. And it says 41.41.
Oh, jeez.
Now, it wouldn't just
Killing me here.
It was on the, and I mean, he's talking about Eric, who's passed. He feels and knows that Eric is around him. He talks, I can feel him with me tonight. And as he says it, this 41 pops up time. And it's no other place on the videotape does it do that. You tell me.
Yeah.
I mean, and it goes on and on and on. It's amazing and wonderful.
Wow.
I have one more. I'll give another one.
Yeah. Why not?
I was working at.
I can't believe the people aren't sending in.
Oh, they're probably listening. That's what happens. I was listening. I was working at WSAR in Fall River. I had just taken a job there, do talk middays. And I talked to one of the producers, like my friend Caleb over here, and I said, my bump music, I wanted music. Bump music is music you play going into commercials and coming out.
All right.
And I told him the kind of music I wanted, 50s, 60s, oldies kind of stuff. And everything was fine. So I started that day, and every bump music piece he left me was great, except one. And this is the first day I was back after everything. And it was a song I knew, but I thought, why did he pick this song? I mean, it's not in anywhere near the genre. So I couldn't talk to him after the show. So I got in the car, went home. And when I walked in the house, Joanne said, my wife said to me, oh, I heard what you played. That was great. I said, what did I play? Well, you played Don't Cry Tonight. It was a group. And what I didn't know is when Nicky and Joanne were together, Nicky used to play and sing that song to her. And when I got home, I never knew it myself. And when I got home, I realized of all
and
the
that's what he
pictures,
had picked for the bumper
of
music.
all the
Wow.
songs he could have picked, of all the other songs he could have picked, that's the one he picks. And on it goes. It's just great.
Yeah.
Nicky asked us one year, we talk about performing. He asked us one year, he said, I think I could get a guitar. I could play a guitar. And so we got him a guitar. And I said, you got to promise, take lessons. You got to practice. Yeah, okay, I promise. Well, he took 5 lessons and proceeded to write 50 songs.
Yeah.
I took 50 lessons. I can do 4 chords.
Well, They Walk Among Us.
Yes,
It's a one-act play.
it is.
He wrote it and finished it just about 1 year before he died.
Yeah, there was
And
a competition. Yep.
It is prophetic.
There was a competition for ACT, All Children's Theater, and he wrote it, and then they didn't care for it, I guess, because it was too spiritual for him.
Huh.
And the thing about it was interesting is that we didn't know about it. He told us we were wrote something, and that was last we heard of it until Kunkel.
So
brought it
the
up.
friend who died during a car accident was his friend that you just talked
That was
about?
Eric. Yeah. There was
Okay.
another story about this in the play. He names the female angel Grace,
Yes.
his friend Gabby, his girlfriend Gabby. And in the play, Gabby talks about how she'd want to know if she died, and they're talking about their wakes and she said, I'd want to know what happened, why my sister died, why. Well, Grace was named after a little girl who was in All Children's Theater. Her brother was in All Children's Theater. And Grace, after this was written, before it was produced, he had just written it, she died from the disease that Jim Henson had.
Oh yeah.
That disease
Yep.
just took her like that. And he had already written about her passing.
That wasn't ALS, was it?
No.
Yeah.
And he had written about this incident, Grace the angel speaking about her own death and saying, I would want to know if I was what would happen. I mean, very prophetic, very interesting.
So what message do you give to people? I mean, you're speaking now, and people take what they want. There
Yes,
are people who
yeah.
are probably listening to that's a bunch of baloney.
Sure.
Other people who are getting goosebumps like I am. But your friends, your own family, and I don't mean Joanne.
No, I know what you mean, yeah.
I mean the cousins and the ones
Well,
who may
they're
not
like
be coming.
they're like anybody else. The thing about, for instance, Nikki's play was very simple. The real story of Nikki's play, the real crux is that God loves you
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yep.
He loves you.
Unconditional love for
Absolutely.
all humans, regardless of sex, age, race, religion, or sexual orientation.
Right. Now that he doesn't say it like that, within the copy.
Right.
David, his brother David, who played his part, does a whole section on this about how just God loves him and how dare you judge anybody else. This was how Nikki was brought up. It's how Nikki lived. Nikki used to challenge his CCD teachers.
Really?
His religion teachers, well, not CCD because he went to Catholic school. And David, his brother David, they both challenged religious teachers because of the stuff that they'd hear. And one time I had to talk about that with a teacher that Nikki had, and I said, "You're at a disadvantage. I've already had this conversation before." His brother David has always done the same thing. Nikki had a standard that he believed for young people and for adults as well, and he wanted them to know.
So it was one standard for both? The same?
Yeah, it was just, and just God loves you and you do what you're supposed to do. Do the right thing and do it the way you're supposed to do it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that the message you would leave with people?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't go against my kid. I'll feel a slack in the back of my head. I mean, how much time you got left? What we got?
We get about 10 minutes,
Okay.
12 minutes.
I'll tell you another thing. Who's outside having the football game?
Yeah, that's Andrew's show. Fury calls game over there.
Yeah, they're doing a sports show out there.
Does he do it with a megaphone?
It's allowed.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. You want me to go tell Andrew to keep it down?
We probably shut that door.
I'll just tell Andrew to keep it down over there. No.
I can text him.
Yeah, text him to tell him to turn it down a little bit, will you? We're
Okay.
teasing, by the way. We're just having.
Notice
fun.
how he's taken over
We're
the
just
show.
teasing.
This
We're
is
just
Man
teasing.
About Town with
I know.
Dave Kane. And I'm going to do misgivings.
I'm going to tell you now what I don't think you know. Well, maybe you do.
Well, I didn't know.
Do you
a
know what
couple of
do you
them.
know what an EVP is?
Yes, it's something where you can bring up the spirit
Yes,
with some
yes.
kind. Yes,
There are people in this world
mediums
who
use.
work well, but some of them are not mediums. Many of them. What they do is they collect the voices of people who have already passed,
Yes. Hmm.
right? And what happens is they put a recorder on, digital recorder or tape, and they sit in a room like we are right now, and you say, "Okay, Nick, I know you're here. Do you have anything you want to tell us?" Or you ask them a question, "Nikki, are you here?" And then you're quiet, and you let the recording run, and then you stop it and rewind it, and you'll hear a voice on the tape or on the recording. Now, this is, you talk about people going, "Oh, give me a break." I'm telling you, this is what happens. So something came up about a reading that Joanne had with Maureen Hancock, medium. And in that recording, she said, "Do you ever hear Nikki call you?" And she said, "Well, sometimes I think I do." She said, "Well, he's telling me that this time he's going to call you and there'll be no mistaking it." And at that point on the tape, you hear a little boy say, "Mommy." Now that got written
Wow.
up. Now that got written up to a whole bunch of people, sent out in a newsletter to people who do this. And a lady,
So that voice was not the voice of the 18-year-old
no,
who
no,
died,
this is
or the maybe
Nikki. This is
28 or
yeah,
30
might
at
have been
that time.
Nikki's 7-year-old or 6-year-old. We have tons of videotape of Nikki performing. So and around the house. So matter of fact, Chris, his oldest brother, Chris, was obsessed with videotaping constantly. And now we're no coincidence. Now we know why, because so much of that footage shows up in 41, the documentary.
Mm,
It's because he had done all that shooting.
right.
Okay. So now a lady contacts me from Southern California. And she said to me, "I think your son is sending me EVPs." And I think Nutburger.
I was going to say, how did she find you?
Exactly. And I'm thinking, can't be. And I'm a believer. And I'm going, oh boy. So I said, okay. So she sends me a couple that I couldn't quite make out. They sound like shortwave radio broadcasts.
Yeah.
She sent me one morning, and I'm going to send it to you so you can listen to it. And it's Nick, as God is my judge, is Nikki's voice. And he says, "Mom and Dad, this is Nick." And we have it.
So how did she get it then?
She does this as her hobby, or her, she's into it.
Ah.
And then she was getting these things from Nikki, and she didn't know who it was.
I was going to say,
And
how
then
does
she read
know?
in the newsletter about Nikki showing up on a tape in a
Okay.
reading with Maureen Hancock, and she said, "Wait a minute, this must be the kid that's sending me." And she sent us a couple to
Wow.
see if it was him, to see if they could tell. We could. Well, one of the things said it was a woman's voice. Said, "Joe's Nick's mom."
Joe's Nick's,
Joe is Nick's mom. Joe's Nick's mom.
as in Joanne.
Yes. Then they had another one. This was interesting to me. They had a woman's voice. It was a woman's voice. And she said, "Okay, Nick O'Neill is talking." His name, Nick O'Neill, is talking. When I heard that, I envisioned a whole bunch of people sitting around in chairs with a microphone in the middle.
Yeah.
And they would get up and they would talk into the mic. I mean, I don't know what it was, but I'm saying that's the vision I got when this woman said Nick O'Neill's talking. Like it's his turn to get up and talk. And that these other people are sending messages to their loved ones. Just when you think you've heard it all.
Yeah. In the 5 minutes we have left, tell people again where they can get that book and hold it up.
Oh yeah, it's very simple. It's called 41 Signs of Hope. And,
I have read it. I gave it to someone after I read it, which is why I don't have one now. But
and this it's available on Amazon. My name is Dave Kane, Kane. But just 41 Signs of Hope. and it's an audio book, and it's also a Kindle.
Oh, it is an
And it's
audio.
yes,
Well,
yeah,
it should be an audio book with
yeah.
with
After
Nikki
all,
on it.
yeah, exactly. So I hope you'll try it. It's a great present for anybody who has recently lost someone. It's a great present, but don't force it on them. Just give it to them and let them decide when to look at it, because they will glean things from it if they are allowed to. And when someone passes, they family and friends need time to be able to get together and calm down and open themselves to the possibility that they're not really gone. I mean, they are not. Nikki is with me right now. I can feel him laughing at me. He's tickling my ear almost. Have faith, because this message is from somebody who's been there and is doing it and wanting you to know there's nothing to fear. Just when you think you hear from them, that's who they are. And they're tap dancing as fast as they can. They're doing everything. They're sending you license plate numbers. They're sending you feathers and music and birds. And
You just mentioned feathers.
yeah,
We had a gal a few months ago who works right here in Westerly at the supermarket at McQuaid's. And her mom died of Alzheimer's. So she decided to work for the Alzheimer's Association, and she volunteers with them. She did the walk. And she said when she did the first walk, or was to
yeah,
do it, she and her mother always had a thing about feathers.
yeah,
And she got to Misquamicut Beach, where the Westerly Walk was going to be. And she opened the door of the car, and there was a feather right there. And she said, that was it. I couldn't do the walk. Her mother had just died a few weeks before.
yeah.
And she said, but I picked that feather up and I cried and I cried. And she said, there's no way that would have been. And so she would agree with you
Yeah, yeah.
1,000%.
In our family, we call that a peekaboo. Peekaboo, is something like that.
But what?
It's
But
so
when
real.
you say feathers, what is that? Something that those who have passed
they're
do?
considered they're considered to be angel feathers. It's just
Ah.
a way of letting people know that they're not alone. Joanne and I were walking the other day. We walk every morning together, and we were talking about Nick. And we looked down on the right of the walking path, and there's two white feathers, small, crossed and laying there. I mean, we don't know where they're from. They could be pigeon feathers. I'm willing to let people. Yeah. I know the fuse went out and just coincidence. The light went out just then. I mean, you can do that forever to yourself, or you can say you can join the party and believe and have some fun.
One more question
Yeah.
before we release you.
Uh-oh.
Do you believe, does Joanne believe, and I'm sure, the way people express grief is different, beliefs are different, that when it is your time and you pass, will Nick be there to walk you through the process?
There is no doubt in my mind. Real fast, you got 2 minutes. What do you got?
Yeah.
My father, who had passed years before Nick, the mediums told me, the first medium we went to, Cindy Gilman, after the fire, said to me, "Who's Frank?" I said, "That's my dad." He said, "Your father went and got Nicky out of that fire. Got him spiritually, got him out of
Wow.
there. He went and he took him out of there." And my father has shown up with Nicky in readings many times.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
You
yes.
have mentioned mediums many, many times
Yeah.
In this hour.
Yeah.
And I can't believe an hour's gone by.
Yeah.
And you've told me in the past
Yeah.
about mediums. Are they mostly on the level?
I believe they
of them?
are. Many
I
of
mean,
the
if
mediums that
people
we go are
feel-
spiritual people. They're Catholics or spiritualist church. Look, there are good aluminum storm siding salesmen and bad aluminum storm siding salesmen. I mean, you go and it's like anything else. You go and you see them, and they'll either connect for you or they won't. May not have anything to do with them. Maybe the person you want to hear from is doing something else or interested in. Who knows? Open yourself up to it. Open yourself up, and you can do it too. And you can feel them, and you can hear them, and you can know it's them if you open up to it. If you got that, yeah, bullshit. What are you going to get? Right?
I will wish you all a
Thank
happy
you.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
I always love talking to you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
It cleanses me somehow. It also scares the living crap out of me.
Okay.
It does.
And I get to meet
And-
Caleb, so that's good. That's the
and-
best part.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. How did it affect you?
Yeah.
No, this was very moving.
Good. I'm glad you had a good
Very
time.
exciting.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
I
you.
mean, this is not a fairy story, so to speak, as they say. No, this is not a fairy tale.
I only tell you what I know.
Yep.
You decide after for yourself.
There's much to
Yeah.
think about. I hope people will get that book.
Me
I
too.
just, when you said give it to someone who's recently lost
Yeah,
someone,
yeah.
I wrote it down because I do have somebody that
Great.
will appreciate that.
All right. Great. That's terrific.
So thank you. Have a great
Thank you.
holiday. We will be back after a short break with Lisa Kanicki from the Ocean Community Chamber. There is so much going on in Stonington and Westerly. We've got a downtown holiday stroll coming up next Wednesday. We got a lot going on. So we will be back. Stick around.
Share the love of Valenti Subaru. Now until year's end, Valenti Subaru and Subaru America will donate $300 for every new Subaru sold to local and national charities. So far, we have raised over $362,000. Get 0% financing on new 25 Subaru Outbacks now until year's end.
Believer, she is a
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here in the wireless zone at 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners. And this weekend, the new iPhone is here, and we have them all in stock. Come get the brand new orange iPhone 17 Pro or the brand new razor thin iPhone Air. The best part is trading your old iPhone and get up to $1,100 off. I mean, you get the brand new iPhone for free. But this weekend, you can get the brand new iPad and Series 11 Apple Watch.
I'm Dale Sold, the owner of Shoreline Painting and Cabinet Refinishing. My vision for the company has always been to elevate paint contracting. When you call, you get a live person. Typically, we have estimates out the same day. We have really good communication with our customers daily. We make sure you're completely happy before we leave the project. We service residential and commercial customers. The commercial work we do is typically more community oriented. We just completed a expansion of our shop. We added 3 more spray booths to allow us to increase capacity. You can find us at 77 Stillman Ave in Pawcatuck. You can find us on our website at shorelinepaintingri.com, or you can call the office 401-834-16.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
Make your house a home using quality paints and stains. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with premium products from Benjamin Moore, available only at locally owned stores like ours. Elevate your home interior with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben Paint, or give your exteriors protection from the weather with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. No matter what you choose, we know you'll see the love. Visit us today to get started on your next project. Westerly Paints, 85 Franklin Street in Westerly, or call 401-596-8333 and visit westerlypaints.com.
Back
Hi.
to Johnston.
You're never getting that microphone back.
He'll come back.
Moving doesn't have to be stressful. Whether it's across town or just across the hall, no job is too big or too small for Easy Does It Moving and More. Sean and his team put people first, making your move safe, smooth, and stress-free from start to finish. For a move made simple, go with the name that says it all. Easy Does It Moving and More. Call us today at 401-545-6078 or go to easydoesitmoving.com.
I did go into my settings. It's still showing a little.
Support a local cause you believe in when you open any new checking account at Washington Trust. Whether it's providing housing, ensuring no one goes hungry, or teaching tomorrow's leaders, we'll donate $25 to a local nonprofit on your behalf and give you $200 after 2 direct deposits. So open the checking account that's good for you and good for your community. Washington Trust. What we value is you. Member FDIC.
Pull it down over there. There you
There.
go.
Hey Siri.
I'm Dale Sold, the owner of Shoreline Painting and Cabinet Refinishing.
Hi, I'm AJ Trott.
And I'm Jeff Swiderski with AnyMac Home Mortgages Momentum Group, your trusted partner in the home buying process.
At AnyMac, we can strengthen your offer with our innovative program, Cash to Keys, giving you a competitive edge by allowing you to make a cash offer on your new home.
Together, we've helped over 1,000 families move into their dream homes, and we'd love to do the same for you.
Give us a call today at 401-486-0853.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozwoski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Duns Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Hi.
Wood River Health is my home for health.
Wood River Health is a one-stop shop for primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and social services. We care for the members of our community because they are our community. I'm Allison Croak, President and CEO of Wood River Health. Since 1976, our health center has provided high-quality, affordable health care to residents of Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. We are your neighborhood health center. Let us be your home for health.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
So what do I do with this? You can just clip it onto your shirt. It's like a button thing.
Pull it apart.
It's a magnet thing.
Yeah, it's a magnet.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
I
Okay.
don't like those people.
You're good.
Okay, we're on?
Yes.
We are on. We had a little microphone problem. Our last guest stole it and went out the door. We were
improvising.
We wear these little lavalier type mics, and they're magnets, and they're wonderful. And that's how you hear us. And that's how Caleb works with us. And it's very easy for a guest or even somebody on the air to just walk out wearing it.
They're so lightweight, you forget you even have it on.
Yes. And Dave Kane, who's a wonderful man, lives in Johnston. And for those of you who are in Washington State or England listening to us, that means nothing, but that's a haul from here. So it's good that he came back. Okay. We now have with us Lisa Kanicki. She is no stranger. She is the head of the Ocean Community Chamber, which is the Westerly area, the Stonington area, and makes the front page of the Westerly Sun about every other day.
Sorry about that.
No, I'm not.
I mean,
no, you do a great job. It was great to see you and all the nutcrackers.
Yeah, I was in a
and
room
people are
full of-
saying, "What are you saying?" To
A room
her?
full of 6-foot men. I had about 80 something 6-foot men and me. It was pretty good odds.
Well, you're 6
I'm
foot.
5'10". Yeah. So
Is that all?
That's it. That's it.
Ah.
But yeah, for those who are listening and thinking, what the heck are they talking about? We have a Nutcracker Trail that's
Yes.
coming up. And this Friday, which is Black Friday, from 3 o'clock in the afternoon until 7:30 at night, we're going to be at the United Theater, and we will have 105, I believe, is the final number. Might be 106. 6-foot tall custom artisan nutcrackers that have been elaborately painted and embellished by professional artists from all over Rhode Island and Connecticut.
And Virginia. You made a trip to Virginia
To buy some of these molds of nutcrackers, the
Oh my
base, the
God.
plastic base. And then we brought it back here and paid Rhode Island and Connecticut artists to create something fabulous. So here's some examples because it's incredible. The Eastern Connecticut Symphony Orchestra out of New London took their nutcracker and completely converted him from a traditional looking nutcracker to Beethoven.
Really?
And it is literally Beethoven's face.
Well, you have a very brilliant artist to be able to do that.
The husband of the executive director of the Eastern Connecticut Symphony Orchestra used modeling clay, and he did it. I've got an artist named Rachel Fogel who lives in Stonington Borough, and she was assigned the Dog Watch Cafe Nutcracker. She's familiar with that
Did
restaurant.
she make it look like that logo?
She made it look like a dog. She used clay and she gave it a snout.
Oh
Its
my-
logo, the dog is kind of looking cheekily to the side. His
They
eyes.
have one of the best logos
Okay.
in the whole
So
area anyway.
she did him dressed in a very formal attire, like he was, a formal waiter serving you with a platter and some dinner mints on the top. And it's very formal. It's a little different than the casual vibe at Dog Watch, but she was thinking for the holidays, kind of step it up a little bit. He's got ears, he's got the nose, he's got the crazy eyes. It's great. Densmore Heating and Cooling, to represent their business, went with Heat Miser as their theme, that classic Christmas character from like the 1960s and 70s. There was Heat Miser and Cold Miser, and they were two brothers that were arguing about what was the best temperature, and their mother was Mother Nature, and it was a classic Christmas special. You're looking at me like you're totally unfamiliar with this.
I've never heard of them.
Listen, if I had a better voice,
I'm
I would
sorry.
sing the song to you because the song is amazing. I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Sun. I'm Mr. Green Christmas. I'm Mr. 101.
I'm
Friends
looking
call
over
me
at
Heat Miser.
Caleb knows.
Whatever I touch melts away in my clutch. I'm too much. Boom, boom, boom. And then his brother is
I'm
Cold
still
Miser.
looking at you that way.
No, it's amazing.
I have
So-
never heard of that.
So you have to imagine Mother Nature, she has two sons and they're fighting all the time. One wants everything ice cold, one wants everything hot. And it's the most adorable children's Christmas cartoon. And so it's a classic character that most people recognize, Rona.
I watched Charlie Brown Christmas.
Well, we have no Charlie Brown's Nutcrackers, but we have a Heat Miser, and he's got the flaming red hair. And they're so thrilled with how he came out that they said they're going to hire the same artist for next year to make them a matching Cold Miser Nutcracker. So
wow.
He's great.
So you're going to be doing this again
I
next
didn't
year.
say that because
But they did.
This was our 100th anniversary, the way we want to finish the year, with something great that ties people in, that gets them filled with the holiday spirit and gives them a reason to circulate and go around on a trail to different businesses. These businesses will own their Nutcrackers forever. So after the display this Friday at the United Theater, we get them all out of the United Theater and they get deployed to their permanent locations. So do I expect that next year these restaurants and retail stores and schools and police departments are going to take their Nutcracker out again next year? Of course they are. If they want us to keep the website
Like
live,
people took their stars out.
Yes. So if they want the trail to continue next year in terms of a thing that people can go see, that it doesn't cost us a lot extra to keep that website alive. If there's a business that didn't make the trail this year and now they learn about it and they go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'd like to own a custom Nutcracker for my business for next year. They can certainly call me. I have 6 or 7 Nutcrackers left that are blank. I would match them up with a professional artist of their choice, and then they could have one ready for next year. But she on her own is already preparing to have a second one for next year, which is
Have
neat.
you thought about having a photographer take pictures, making a book, and then selling it?
No.
A book of the photographs?
I have not done that. Every Nutcracker will be photographed. There's about 80 of them already that are photographed and on our website, nutcrackertrail.com. So if you go to that, you can see who the artist is that painted it, which business, school, or nonprofit is hosting the Nutcracker for the 6-week period, where it's going to be located. There's an interactive map. So you look at the map and you click on one of the buttons at the location and up pops the picture of the Nutcracker with the artist's name and the sponsor's name.
That's great.
Grace at my office did a tremendous job. So it shows you throughout the Stonington, Mystic, Pawcatuck, Westerly area where they are. We actually have a couple of the 105 or 6, whatever the final number was, 100 was our goal, that ended up a little outside of our normal service area. 2 of them are going to the Tamarack Lodge in Voluntown, one of
Right.
our members. They're like brother Nutcrackers. They're very similar. And because it's a lodge, they went with a natural looking Nutcracker. He looks like he's made out of wood. So those 2 are going there. There's also one that's going to a nonprofit organization called Light the Way. And they're based out of Old Saybrook, Connecticut. And so for a period of time, their Nutcracker will be displayed at the Old Saybrook Inn and Spa. And the reason is there was a tragedy last year, a boat tragedy where 3 friends perished when their boat at night hit a jetty.
Yeah.
And the driver of the boat survived, but his 3 friends did not. And the families are trying to turn that tragedy into an opportunity to improve the lighting conditions at the jetty so that it never happens again for somebody else. And they've been raising money. And in about 2 weeks, the state of Connecticut is going to have a ceremony at that site where additional lights will come on for the first time. That organization that raised the money for the lights contacted me when they heard about our Nutcracker Trail. And they asked if we could make a custom Nutcracker that had a lighthouse coming out of its head. We were up for the challenge. We got Susan Scala of Stonington. She painted the Nutcracker. Then Bruce Powell, a carpenter in Stonington, they cut the hat off the Nutcracker. They made a wooden base. We bought a lighting element that looks like a lighthouse. S&S Electric in Stonington donated their services to light it up, and I received it today.
You always get these people.
I know.
You do.
At the last minute, and they have a long list of specifications of what they want done, and we made it happen. But it was a lot of jumping through hoops. But if it wasn't such a deeply personal story, very touching story, and a group of families that are working together to do good for others and to honor the memory of their loved ones, we were going to make this happen one way or the other. So that one nutcracker will be in Old Saybrook at the press conference with the governor of Connecticut and these families when the lights go on at the jetty the first week of December.
Well, this all now takes me back 2 days ago. I was with Louise Bishop from South County Tourism, who said, we have some marvelous chambers of commerce in this state. She said, and you have Lisa Kanicki, the woman never sleeps and she always gets it done.
Well,
that's probably
those
true.
are kind words, and
they're not just words.
We're grateful for Louise. You know, when I come up with some of these ideas that are large in scope and we're a tiny little staff to pull these things off, sometimes I think, how are we going to do it? And it takes a village.
But you always get it. I don't.
But it's people like Louise and the South County Tourism that help. So I'll give you an example. You know, some of these nutcrackers I had to procure in their basic state before they were painted. As you mentioned, I went to Fredericksburg, Virginia in a day. I drove 6.5, almost 7 hours down. I bought 7 of them, turned around, and came back the same day.
I know Fredericksburg.
15 hours on the road is a long time. I did it in one day.
Awake.
It wasn't easy. But when Louise heard about that, she said, don't ever do that again. My next trip, I had to go to New York, almost to Canada. And she insisted, and her organization paid for my overnight stay because she wanted me to be safe driving home. She knew that we were getting nutcrackers that would be part of this trail that would support the arts and support this community.
Sure.
So her organization is a great partner with us.
Oh, they're a wonderful organization.
And we're really
They are the people,
appreciative.
for those who live in this area, they are the people who've done the troll trail.
Yes.
So all that, the wonderful trolls, that was their doing.
They also do Atlantis Rising,
Yes.
the sandcastle contest.
Which is still going outside the chamber office.
So what it has in common is they understand, like we do, that arts are a critical part of the economy. And
Absolutely.
they engage talented artists to create things that bring the rest of us joy, brings patronage to the businesses, and it provides a vehicle to pay artists to do what they're best at. So we're grateful. They are our sponsor of our Nutcracker Trail this year. We could not have done it without them. Could not have done it without them.
I think of the things where you have used artists. You have artists painting naked bodies.
True.
And you
Fusion.
have them
painting
painting
buoys,
nutcrackers
bodies,
and buoys.
nutcrackers. And I don't know if you saw, we already announced what next year's art iconography trail is going to be.
I
Okay.
did not.
So if you Google Chatham, Massachusetts, and see what they do each year in the months of July and August, they do an outdoor art display of whales. They're about 6 feet long, about 18 inches tall, and they have artists paint both sides of them. And it's on a material that is weatherproof so they can stand outside. You can affix it to your house, your shed, put it in your yard, your garden, hang it indoors.
You're going to do a whale trail.
I'm not going to call it that. I'm going to call it, I think, Denizens of the Deep, because it's not just whales. While Chatham is doing whales and a few sharks, we're going to have whales, sharks, mermaids, and a few lobsters, of course, because of our love for lobsters and the lobster trap tree. So those are all undersea mysterious creatures, hence the name Denizens of the Deep. We already announced it last week that is our project. We already have over 50 artists from Connecticut and Rhode Island that when they saw the post on Facebook with a sample whale, wrote to me and said, count me in, Lisa, want to be a part of it as always. So it'll be great. So you might have a pod of these whales in Wilcox Park for a month. You might have similarly in Watch Hill, 25 mermaids that are painted. Similarly, in Old Mystic Village, maybe the Sharks are there. So it'll be one art exhibit happening simultaneously at different locations, all under the umbrella of Denizens of the Deep. Okay. We're also going to auction them off like we do buoys, and we're going to share some of the proceeds with the artists on this one. So the artists stand to benefit depending on how much those pieces sell for. We're really excited about it. You know, when we research ideas that are successful in other communities, we always look for a 2-hour minimum, 2 hours away or more. I would never copy an idea from another, for example, Chamber of Commerce, within 5 miles, 10 miles, 20. That's just not my style. There's a million ideas out there. I can be a little more clever than that.
Exactly.
And so this one's in Chatham. I've seen it twice. I saw it 3 years ago. And then I brought Maria DiMaggio with me from my office this year, and she fell in love with it as well, because half the battle is getting your staff excited about it.
Oh, sure.
I'll never forget last year when I sent Grace a text and I said, what do you think about a trail of 100 6-foot nutcrackers to end our year? And her response was, who the heck wants a 6-foot nutcrackers? I don't think they'll sell. And so for 2 days, I thought, all
You're
right.
fired, Grace.
2 days, I thought, oh, she might be right. But I had that nagging thing when I get it in my brain, and it gets bigger and bigger. And it literally is pressure on my brain. Like, you have to do this thing. It's going to work. You can visualize it. And I said to someone yesterday, my brain feels better because now I can see the 105 nutcrackers in front of me, and it looks like what I thought. It's actually more beautiful than I thought it would be. The way these artists have
That's
made
terrific.
mermaids and everything. So we love partnering with the arts. We understand it's a huge part of the economy, and we're really excited about this holiday season.
It's more than huge. I mean, we are really an arts community.
Yeah.
You go downtown now, it's just amazing. And
Yep.
we've got, which is probably a good transition to what's happening on Wednesday.
Oh, there is just so much.
I know you
mean,
have a lot.
I
And
mean-
we're going to take a break in about 5 or 6
all right.
minutes.
So even
but-
before Wednesday, this Friday, we talked about the Nutcracker Trail.
That's right. You said
simultaneously
3 to 7, right?
3 to 7:30, but at 6 o'clock, at the same time that amazing exhibit is open, is Santa's Arrival in downtown. So our tradition of more than 50 years of bringing Santa, Winter Lady, the Grinch, a snowman, soldiers, elves, all these costumed characters into our historic downtown on 2 or 3 fire trucks. And then they disembark from the fire trucks. They work the crowd, giving the kids hugs, shaking hands, taking pictures, handing out free coloring books, handing out free crayons, handing out free lollipops. And all of that is because of the generosity of Ritacco Electric, Bella Vita Salon. These are people that contribute.
That was my question. Who has donated them this year?
Yeah, they do it every year. They do it every year. And so our volunteers are able to keep the crowd busy and excited while all these characters make their way around a giant corralled fire truck area. And
road's not closed though, is it?
We close the road.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we have to.
Good.
For safety.
Excellent.
Yeah, the road usually closes, I want to say at like maybe 5 or 5:30. And then people start gathering. We have the big orange barricades all around. And
our police department does such a good job.
They do.
Such a
They
wonderful
do.
job.
And it's just a joyful night, and it's a wonderful tradition. And we now have people who are there with their grandkids who were at the first Santa's Arrival some 50 years ago, and they remember being there as a child. So these are treasured, time-honored traditions, and they're beautiful, warm memories. And I see when we post these events on social media, people from all over the country who have now moved away, and they're like, I long for my town, or I can't believe this still is happening, or one of my favorite traditions. They appreciate it. It's imprinted on their heart and on their mind that this is quintessential New England, and these events are what makes Westerly and Stonington so different from anywhere USA.
I've always believed there is nothing like tradition. And yes, New England is primary in that. Let's take a break right now. We will come back with Lisa Kanicki because there's so much more to what's happening than this weekend and the weekend after and the one after. And you've got the parade coming and so many other things. And what I've always loved about this area, there can be 5 things at the same time on the same day, and people will complain there's too much going on. But there are so many events that you don't have to pay for. You can just come enjoy.
That's our common denominator. Do
Yeah.
it for the community.
Do it for the community.
That's why the word community is in our name. When we changed our name 10 years ago, it was deliberate. It was intentional.
Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce. Yeah.
Because yes, we are a business organization, but the businesses are only going to be successful if they have the support of the whole community. And so you give and you get, and it's this beautiful cyclic nature of support back and forth and involving and engaging people. And it's a recipe that works.
It sure does. Caleb, our head turkey of Thanksgiving, is going to take us to break. This is Man About Town, and I did not mention it before and should have. It is brought to you by Valenti Subaru, the presenting sponsor of Man About Town. We will be back in just a few minutes. Stick with us.
Share the love of Valenti Subaru. Now until year's end, Valenti Subaru and Subaru America will donate $300 for every new Subaru sold to local and national charities. So far, we have raised over $362,000. Get 0% financing on new 25 Subaru Outbacks now until year's end. Share the love of Valenti Subaru. Now until year's end, Valenti Subaru and Subaru America will donate $300 for every new Subaru sold to local and national charities. So far, we have raised over $362,000. Get 0% financing on new 25 Subaru Outbacks now until year's end.
I don't eat dark chocolate. I'm not going to
sorry.
open it. No.
Came across, and he was here, our last guest, who's also a
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners. And this weekend, the new iPhone is here, and we have them all in stock. Come get the brand new orange iPhone 17 Pro or the brand new razor-thin iPhone Air. The best part is trading your old iPhone and get up to $1,100 off. I mean, you get the brand new iPhone for free. But this weekend, you can get the brand new iPad and Series 11 Apple Watch for free. It's all happening down here at the Wireless Zone at 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners. Don't delay. Stop in today.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
DeAngelis is off.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop in to Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
We are back and lightheaded. That's what we've been saying. Lightheaded because of all these
There's
wonderful
just so much
things.
happening.
You know, I came down here today. I was driving down, and we don't have the studio we had last year. I love this place. But last year, I could look out the windows and see the lights. And yes, shout out to the Lions Club. What a gorgeous tree we have. That's called Dixon Square?
Dixon Square.
Dixon
Sure.
Square.
Right in the heart of downtown.
I remember when I first moved here, that's where the police would be in a little booth.
Like a cage, it looked like. Yeah.
Yes, it was just like a cage. But yes, Lions Club, thank you so much. You do a lot for our area. And that's a gorgeous thing to see. And then you just come down the street, and now it's dark outside. Here in the east, it's 25 minutes to 5. And the stars are being lit in the stores.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to take your thunder
yet.
away, but I know what's coming on Saturday, and I'm excited.
And that's
Took
right.
me 4 years to figure out how to take a picture with a camera.
Oh,
but
you're a
I
pro
am
now.
good now. I am Yusef Karsh.
And
So-
what she's referring to is, I
Yes.
mean, this is Rona's little kit. She's not just running Man About Town. She's going to run around with her shop small
Because
sign.
I am small.
And she's
Shop
going
small.
to be like a little holiday elf handing out gift certificates. And these gift certificates are awesome. They're a program of the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce. And she's going to be gifting $10 gift certificates.
Is she right on the camera with it, or do you want to?
I can pull it up just to see.
Sure. These gift certificates are going to go to people that Rona catches in the act of supporting or
Right.
purchasing at a member of the Ocean Chamber that's a small business. This means no big box stores. This means the mom and pop, you know, the guy that turns the lights on and turns it out the same
And
day.
I'm going to say this, and probably shouldn't, because all members are valuable.
Oh,
but my
sure.
very favorite is when I go to Fetch, which is a dog and cat supply place, because I almost always catch people there who bring their dogs in. And last year it was the dog's birthday,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they were having a birthday party, and I get dog kisses and I get to take pictures, and I love it. But I love them all. They're wonderful. Charahoe Furniture, Rippies, all of them.
And
They're
you walk
great
in,
places.
and it's only a $10 gift certificate, but we're doing 75 of them this year, the most we've ever done. So that's $750 we're investing in the community to just say thank you. Thank you for
Isn't that
remembering
nice?
to
Isn't
shop
that a
small.
great thing?
And we thank you, Rona, for being on our team of
I love
spreading the
doing
goodwill. And she takes a picture of whoever she gives the gift card to.
Now I know what I'm doing. I don't take a picture of my foot.
And then we put it on social media so that we
Yeah.
can recognize the small business and we can thank the customer. So we
And
appreciate you.
also for the rest of you who live in this area, there is no better holiday gift for the guy who fixes your car, the woman who comes in and cleans the
bus driver.
house, the bus driver, the teachers. They love it. They come in $10, $25, and $50
got it.
denominations. I buy a bunch every year. I give them to people. Nobody ever says, "Oh, that's nice." They love it. It's used at more than 300 businesses.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can use it for dental work, for towards buying a tire, for going out to eat, for almost anything.
Sure.
It's just great.
No, it's a wonderful program. And we sell
So
them at our
go
office.
to the chamber and buy some of these.
And we sell
stocking
them year round,
stuffers.
not just at the holidays.
Yes.
So it could be Mother's Day, it could be a birthday, it could be anything. 365 days a year, we're supporting our local
Westerly's got a
economy.
huge bar mitzvah business.
Good.
Huh?
Wonderful. The more the merrier.
Yeah, why not?
Whatever it takes. So that's Saturday. We've covered Friday, which is a double header. We've
Yep.
covered Saturday. And of course, next up right around the corner, Wednesday is our holiday stroll.
That has to be my very favorite chamber event of
Really?
the entire year.
What? We have so many, and that's your
I
favorite.
know. That's my favorite.
All right.
There's something about doing this show and then getting out on the road, and it's always cold, but people are singing and giving me cookies, and I'm going
Hot
into
chocolate,
shops.
and there's.
I love that.
It's definitely the Norman Rockwell night of the year.
That's why I love it.
So it's a throwback. It makes you feel wholesome, back to days gone by, where you're.
Well, I'm a throwback. That's why I like
saying
it.
hello to your neighbors.
Yes.
People you haven't seen in months.
Even people you don't know. You see people
Everyone's
on the street, they're
filled
smiling.
with this. Yeah, and there's Santa, and there's horse-drawn hay rides, and there's free cookies on this corner, free hot
And the
chocolate on
Eagle's
that.
Nest always has cheese and
She's
potato chips.
Gail's fantastic. So
yeah, they're wonderful.
it's a
All
great
of
night.
these businesses,
It's a
they're
great
great.
night. And we put out luminaria, so hundreds of white bags of candles everywhere, and it just creates this magical ambiance. So I'm hoping we're going to get good weather. That plays a huge factor in an event like this.
Yeah,
The
last year was pretty
The
cold.
stores need the kickoff to the holiday season.
Right.
They've been out curating wonderful inventory, and they're ready to go. And this is the big night that starts it all off for them. So we would love to see a big turnout from 5 to 9 on Wednesday in our historic two-state downtown for the holiday stroll. There's also something new this year. There's a passport. So if you come on Friday, okay,
Right.
and you are shopping around town on Friday and small business Saturday, those 2 days, if you're shopping, you can pick up a passport at about 60 different businesses in downtown. And their name and their logo is on a passport. And as you go and stop in, even if you don't buy anything, at different businesses downtown, they're going to stamp it for you. If you get like 20 stamps, you turn in your stamped passport at the bridal shop in downtown. Okay.
Right.
And you could win amazing prizes. There is a tree that has a $10 gift certificate to about 40 or 50 different businesses downtown on that tree. Someone's going to win that.
At the bridal shop?
At the bridal shop is where you turn in your passport. And then next week, they're going to pick the winner. And somebody will
Does
know.
it have to be completed with all the businesses?
No. So there
Just turn in
might
the
be 50
passport.
businesses on the list. And
So you could have 17 or 41.
there's a number on the passport that tells you. I think the magic number might be 20. You pick the 20 you want. But when you're walking in downtown, it's very quick and easy to pop into 20 businesses. But you could win this great Christmas prize of gift certificates to all those shops and restaurants. We obviously threw in a chamber gift certificate as well. But check it out. Check it out. So
Okay.
you can pick up your passport at the Fun Company, at Wildflower Kids, at the Tapped Apple, at Woody's. It doesn't matter where. Get your stamps along the way and maybe win the gift tree, the giving tree.
You get the whole tree?
You get the tree. I don't know if you get the tree. You get the gift.
But I mean, you get all
the gift certificates that are clipped on that tree.
May I say, ooh.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes, you can. So it's just one more incentive to come downtown and to
Okay.
shop over the next few days. Okay. And then I love this event because I'm up for a good time in terms of dressing up and being in a theme and meeting new people.
No, not you.
SantaCon.
Ah.
SantaCon.
That's when you go from bar to bar to bar to bar.
I would say that's when you go from restaurant to restaurant to restaurant and you can eat or drink at each one.
Yep.
But you're meeting new friends and you're all dressed as either Santa or some like holiday
Or
character.
Mrs. Roper.
Some-
if
no.
you have it left over.
Some dressed like the Grinch. Some dressed
Yep.
like Cindy Lou Who. Don't even tell me you don't know who Cindy Lou Who is.
No, I don't.
Come on. You know the movie The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Never saw it.
What is wrong with
I'm
this woman?
sorry.
You have homework to do.
I guess I do.
Come on. You know who the Grinch is?
Yes.
Well, the Grinch was stealing Christmas from the Who's in Whoville. Cindy Lou Who is a beautiful...
Is that Dr. Seuss? Whoville?
Yes. But the little girl in the village of
Oh,
Whoville
no.
that had this hairstyle with like a little sprout out of her hair, and she got Christmas taken from her because the Grinch went in and took her tree and took her presents and took everything, took the roast beef, took it all. And little Cindy Lou Who came out, and she was the
You
cute.
ain't right.
Yes, everyone knows this story. But then, of
Ah.
course, the Grinch has a change of heart. His heart grows 10 sizes. He comes back to town. He returns all the gifts, and now he's the hero. And Cindy Lou Who and her family get to enjoy a wonderful carved roast beast and everything else.
I don't know if I believe you, but if
Yes.
Caleb says he knows and he believes, then I guess
She
I have
looks
to
like
listen.
she might be about a 6-year-old child with blonde hair and a braid and like a sprout that comes out of the top. So some people will dress as her. Some will dress as the Grinch. Most dressed as Santa or the elf from the movie Elf. And they will come to
I never
downtown
saw Elf.
and they will eat, drink, and be merry. And we're going to have prizes, giveaways, pizza, food. We start at Gray Sale Brewing. And then we walk down the street. We stop at Clydesdale's.
Right.
We spend time there. And then we go down the street further and we go to Hilltop
Hilltop.
Cafe. It's the one and only event in the north end of Westerly. Downtown is the darling. Downtown gets our art show, our duck race, our river glow, our holiday light, you name it. It's the one thing for the north end. And we start our light parade in the north end, but then it, of course, makes its way to downtown. So
when is this taking place?
December 14th, 2:00. Come to Gray Sale. We're going to give out gift certificates. We're going to give out lobster
That's
trap trade
that's
prizes.
the same day as the light parade.
Hey,
Okay.
dress like Santa, Cindy Lou, or your favorite character. Come, eat, drink, be merry, and stay for the fantastic light parade afterwards. And that starts at 6:00. And that kicks off, if you're familiar with Hilltop Cafe.
Oh, I was there last night.
All of the parade is staged in that area.
Okay.
And so we start there, and then it goes up the street, down High Street, all the way past Dixon Square, past the Washington Trust Company and River Bar, and then it breaks up from there. So it's a great long route. If you are a person that is elderly, susceptible to extreme temperatures, maybe you have young children and you're just afraid of bringing them outside for, long periods of time while the parade's going on, the insider tip that is being disclosed only here today: park on Main Street at the Washington Trust Company parking garage. Okay. It is just past River Bar. River
Right.
Bar is on the right. On the left is a large lot with about 100 spaces.
Yep.
If you're a mom that wants to keep your
Where
kids
the
in their-
Westerly Sun used to be.
Correct. If you want to keep your kids in their pajamas toasty warm and you want a front row seat of this parade and you don't want to stand outside to do it, you want to keep your radio on and your heat on and sit in your front seat in your minivan and watch the parade go by, that's where to park. Park there, right along the route. You'll get the last, that's where the last section where the parade goes by before it breaks up. It's the VIP area, really. I mean, I
Great.
prefer to go to Koi or Perks and Corks or High Hope or Pooch's or one of the great businesses downtown where you can eat and drink inside and watch the parade go by. But for those people who want to be in the comfort of their cars, for some reason, there is another alternative.
Okay.
It's a 45-minute parade. It's nothing short of magical. Disney's got nothing on us. It's a great, great light parade.
As a member of the Westerly Rotary Club, I can tell you we are in it again this year
I
as
love
we
it.
were last year.
I love it.
I just did something for the float and delivered it to Joe Lorello. And yes, we are in it again. So we are
Thank you.
very familiar with it.
Thank you. We have a lot of businesses, Girl Scout troops, workout organizations. Chillingham's, which is a steakhouse, dresses like a bunch of cows, inflatable,
Do
and they
they
go
really?
running down the street.
Charles dresses as a cow.
I'm not saying it's Charles, but there was about 10 cows running down the street last year, all lit up. So it's fun, it's magical, and it's great for the economy. It's great for our spirits because it makes us excited. It makes us happy. It brings us together as a community. But it fills every restaurant and bar, and the shops are selling stuff. That's the winning
That's what it's
combination
about.
for
Yeah.
a Chamber of Commerce. If you can check all those boxes, And what does that more than our Stonington lobster trap tree? Literally nothing. We are now about 5 days in.
You lit up last weekend.
We lit up on Saturday. Today is Wednesday. We are there every day. If you want to go at sunrise, the tree is open. It'll be peaceful. You can walk around and see 460 artisan buoys from like 140-ish professional
This
artists.
is year number 4.
Year number 5.
I always say 4
Time
and
flies.
you say it's amazing. And when you started, you had what, about 280 or 300?
I think it was just shy of 300.
And now you've got 450.
No, it's huge. People are coming from everywhere to see the tree. The media, the Boston Globe was there this week. Again,
Should do well tonight because it's warm. I mean, it's rainy, but it's warm.
people come in the rain. I was there last
Right.
night with artist Dan Morantz, and he
Know
was one
Dan
of our
well.
ambassadors.
Yeah.
He was a tree docent welcoming people. And he said, let me show you my buoy. And he could answer questions about the project. And people love to meet the artists. They love to see the
Sure
art.
they do.
It's a very personal experience. A lot of people don't realize that the buoys on the bottom row of that tree are painted by Stonington school children. It's very
And those are not for
charming.
sale. The
They're
kids
not for
get
sale.
them back.
We give those back. The buoys on row 2, just above that, represent personal milestones for people that live in this area. Birthday, anniversary, engagement, wedding, and memorial. They're deeply personal. We had someone that did not realize that her husband commissioned a buoy to celebrate their engagement a few months ago. And she came to the tree the other night. She was walking around with her husband, and there's the buoy of him on his knee proposing to her in New York City at Rockefeller Center. And she let out a wail and she was sobbing because it meant everything to her that her
Of
husband
course.
was so thoughtful that he contracted a buoy through us, hired an artist and painted that, and they'll own that buoy. That will become
Of
theirs
course.
when they come back. So it's not just about, oh yeah, it's so pretty at night. The lights are great. That tree is personal. It's deeply personal to the artists that donated their time painting, and some are paid, but some donate. It's deeply personal to the children that feel like rock stars because their work is alongside these folks. It's personal to the fishermen who we hire artists and pay them to paint the fishing boats that are at the dock there. And then they get to come and look and see their boat on the tree, and we gift it to those captains when the tree comes down at the end of the season.
Ah, that's great.
It's a thank you. Thank you for doing what you're doing to support our economy. The beautiful seafood that you are bringing to our shores supports all the restaurants and all the markets in this area, not just in this area, but throughout Connecticut and Rhode Island and even beyond. We're the last commercial fishing village in the state of Connecticut. So we want to pay homage to those fishermen, and it's a tremendous source of pride.
Have you willed your brain to science?
What are you talking about?
You are. I'm always blown away when I am in your presence, listening to you. I keep thinking, what do you think about? Like Louise Bishop said, when do you sleep? My God.
I am fortunate that I live in a fantastic community that has wonderful assets. And part of those assets,
Yeah, but you know
is
how to use
the
them and-
landscape, the people, the volunteers, a generous business community. When you make the list of all the things that make the ocean community special, I get to take that ingredients, and I'm a terrible cook, but by the way, but I get to put that ingredients and whip up something out of my imagination using those elements that ends up being beautiful. Even though I'm not a cook, I'm not an artist, I like to obsess about how I can take these elements and put them together and create something that we're all excited about, that brings us joy and makes money for the businesses. So that's the
You
checklist.
think of that first. You always think of your businesses.
That's our
first.
role as a chamber of commerce. How can you drive traffic to your members and to your community?
But so few other chambers do it that way, unfortunately.
Every chamber is different. We all have our strengths. Some are political, some are legislative, some are into manufacturing. We don't have a ton of manufacturing in this town. We are a beautiful place that people want to visit because of the natural beauty of our beaches and our shoreline, and we have the art. So I have to always think along, how can I package this area in a way that makes it fun
you do.
for all ages?
Unfortunately, you've got about 7 minutes
Plenty
left.
of time. Plenty of
What
time.
else you got?
One of the things that we've been doing for the past 4 years now is an outdoor art installation called Starry Lights.
Yeah.
We
that's
we
beautiful.
launched it originally in Wilcox Park, and we had stars in the trees, and we had a giant star swing, and we had a floating star island that was 40 feet long and 30 feet tall, and we had all these elements. And the park said, we'll let you do it once. And we did it once. And they said, okay, that brought a lot of people, but that's a lot of impact on the park, not something we're prepared for every year, which is fine. Since then, the park has allowed us to bring one of the sculptures back. It got put up yesterday by Thavnet Machine Shop. And starting this Friday at 9 a.m., if you're listening and you have good gloves and you don't mind volunteering, we're going to start stringing the lights on that beautiful sculpture in front of Town Hall on the esplanade of the library.
Yeah.
That's one of our
Perfect
starry lights.
place. Perfect.
The floating star island that we put in the pond at Wilcox Park that year, 4 years ago, has been in storage ever since because the park did not want it on the pond additional years. This year, we dusted it off. We paid artist Christopher Owens, who we originally commissioned to build it to our specifications. He came down, he transported it to Stonington, to the Velvet Mill, and they have a pond. And right now,
that's right, they do.
It's illuminated on the pond at the Velvet Mill. We had a very small ceremony to kick it off on Friday. Some of the businesses in the Velvet Mill, like Dock 9, Zest Bakery, Granary Antiques, they all contributed to help the chamber pay Chris so that we could move it at the mill. And now that amazing entrepreneurial nerve center of arts and business will benefit from having this major attraction there on their premises.
That's wonderful.
So it's magical, it's beautiful, and it looks fantastic there. So go check it out. Today, the town of Stonington came to our office and they took our 20-foot sculptures of an ornament, our 20-foot sculpture of a tree, and they brought it downtown to Donahue Park behind C.C. O'Brien's. And starting this weekend, my team of volunteers and our tiny staff will start stringing the lights so that by next weekend, those will all be illuminated to bring joy in these star-themed sculptures to this two-state community that we serve. You'll see shooting star lights in some of the trees in downtown. You'll see a sculpture at the train station again. You'll see them at each of the veterans parks. When you look at the bridge downtown, each park on both the westerly side and the Stonington side will have a star sculpture. And then over the river, joining the two communities, because that's what we're about, bringing the two communities together, will be a row of stars that hangs over the river and reflects on the water and is actually my favorite of all the stars.
You don't sleep. You're not human.
No. So we're excited
Wow.
about that. We've been delivering stars to businesses in the borough to help them bring stars that way above and beyond what we've already done to the Velvet Mill.
You make this a Norman Rockwell community, dual communities.
I was referred to the other day as the Queen of Christmas in Stonington. And that just, it was like, you know how the Grinch's heart grows? I was like, I love that.
It's like Santa lady,
Yeah.
right?
Listen, if it brings joy to me and I know my kids will love it, then I know everyone else is going to love it too. And I can get really excited about it. And then the thing is, can I get my staff excited about it? Because it's a lot of work. And can I get sponsors excited
You do get
about
your
it?
staff excited.
They are
phenomenal. I mean, we're talking about only two other people, Maria and Grace, and they drank the Kool-Aid.
They did.
They are phenomenal.
They drank the eggnog. Yes. So starrylights.org, STARRY lights.org. If you want to see where each of these star-themed exhibits is located, who the artist is that created it, and be able to go and take photos with your family because they're beautiful. And I just want to shout out to Christopher Owens because he's magical.
And he came all the way from Deep River, Connecticut.
Yep.
And he is a phenomenal person. He really is.
Yeah, he is. We enjoy working with him and the other artists like Dee Derrick of Stonington, who created one of ours. The other thing, just like we took Star Island and we relocated it to the mill to benefit them, there's something called the Azalea Gardens in Rhode Island. I think it's called the Kinney Azalea Gardens. I got to look it up now. It's going to drive me crazy.
Right.
The Kinney Azalea Gardens. And it's in the Wakefield-ish area. It's a nonprofit organization that provides an outdoor experience where you walk through trees that are beautifully illuminated and decorated. They recently joined the chamber, and we donated our Star Swing. It was a huge swing.
That used to be in the park.
With a beautiful bench in the park that people could swing on. You're swinging on a star. It's also been in storage for the last 3 years, doing nobody any good. We used it that 1 year, but because we're not back in the park, so what can we do with this? Where can this reside and be enjoyed?
So now it has a home.
So they came down, they brought their staff down, she sent me a message, oh my God, it's even more beautiful in person. And so if you go to this free exhibit by this nonprofit organization, you will see that one of our star elements is being used there and it's enjoying its best life in a new location.
Lisa, I got to stop you there. We will see people starting this Friday in downtown at the United between 3 and 7:30 p.m. All the other activities are on the chamber website, correct?
Oceanchamber.org.
Right, oceanchamber.org. Next week, we will be here for the holiday stroll, which begins at 5 o'clock. We will have with us our friends from the library, the Westerly Library, Bill and Bridgette. We'll have Detective Howie Mills from the police department talking about the toy drive. And we'll have all of you and maybe Caleb too. Thank you, Caleb, for everything. We will see everyone next week. Be safe, be well, but take chances. Don't do what I almost did today, which was fly up my road in the middle of the rural area, and there were 7 turkeys in the middle of the road. I slammed those.
Were you wearing the hat at the time?
No.
Okay, because that could have had something to do with it.
I slammed those brakes on, and all I could think of was, if I kill a turkey, it's got to be bad luck. But
I'd say it's dinner. It's fresh.
They
It's
got
fresh.
to the other side of the road. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We will see you next week in December.